I met Alan a couple of years ago at MIDEM, the World Music Market, and as is not uncommon with lawyers, we were on contrary positions in a case or in a dispute, and that's usually when you find out if you like someone or not, because there's a way to deal with disputed matters fairly or less fairly. And Alan struck me immediately as a very interesting personality.
Stephen and I discovered that we not only had an interest in intellectual property and copyright law, but in jazz, and we both were jazz musicians. In fact, Stephen came to New York and actually sat in with one of my jazz groups. And planned to attend the Jazz Ahead convention in Bremen. Stephen actually came up with the idea of having a piano and a set of drums there, and we could play as well as talk about jazz.
So everyone knows this song. It's called Hey, we're the jazz musicians. So I will play the melody of the song.
Okay.
Okay? Okay.
Is all the things you are.
Saved our lives.
This is very interesting. This is a key element of what we're trying to show here. When Stephen played the song without the melody, he just started on the improvisation. Under the law, it ceased to be the song anymore. Jazz itself is the perfect vehicle for this kind of a discussion and an exploration, because it involves improvisation and the whole question of who owns the improvisation and what rights evolve out of that, and to what extent the improvisation leads to other jazz creations.
The chord progression can be the vehicle of numerous works that can be distinct of each other and creative, and therefore are unique and protected works.
The first words he says was, I stole this beat from two people. From Bernard Purdie, the Purdie Shuffle. He cites two examples on Steely Dan, where Purdie is playing, and from John Bonham. Okay, so we have this distinctive sort of a beat, and we have two people admitting that they stole it. What rights does Mr. Purdie have? Well, as it turns out, under US law, and probably other countries, there are a lot of reasons why that beat is not protected.
Doing this, we realized, first of all, we had a lot of fun, and second of all, we felt it would be beneficial to several different audiences. Certainly this type of jazz professional and jazz musician and jazz composer would find it of interest, and that was primarily the audience we had here. But we also thought that it would be of interest to copyright lawyers, both in Europe and in the United States, and we planned to put together a version of this which would be more oriented to the lawyer, not necessarily a lawyer who is a music business lawyer or people who deal with jazz, but just general intellectual property attorneys, or maybe even lawyers or managers or business people, accountants, who deal with music in general, because a lot of these concepts, I think, are flexible and universal enough to appeal to a broad audience.